Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at Asbury Park, New Jersey for your final game of the night, A7FL football, and we're in somewhat of a hurricane-like condition. 50 to 60 mile an hour winds here, a lot of rain, and it's under 40 degrees. We have your New Jersey Hawks here in lime green, taking on the New Jersey Savage. 1st and 10 for the Hawks, shotgun set to give us the draw up the middle, met immediately line of scrimmage. Not much there, 2nd down. Hawks. Hawks off to a 1-0 start after their victory last week against the Thrashers, and Savage losing a heartbreaker last week by 1 point to the Baltimore Gators. 2nd and about 10 here for the Hawks. Give up the middle again to Dro. He's met, but he's still on his feet. We saw this last week. This guy can really make some moves in the open field. 1st down, Hawks. First and 10. 13 and change left here in the 1st quarter. And the Hawks on the move. Twins left on the bottom of your screen. Shotgun set. Back to pass. He's looking. He's under some trouble, but he gets away. It's a good thing he tucked that one away. The wind out there is really howling. Quarterbacks have problems throwing the ball all day. You definitely don't want to turn the ball over, but at the same time, you got to make these teams like Savage, who have these great defensive lines, they got to respect your running game. Great defensive backs, got to respect the passing game also. Second down, Hawks. Play action. Sorry, they give up the middle. Fumble. Let's see who comes up with it. Looks like the Hawks kept the ball. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5, it looks like. Give up the middle to Money Mitch. Good for a couple. Number 2, Williamson on the tackle. Savage with their new uniforms. Just got them in this week. Bobby Newman in motion to make it Twins to your left. No good. And that'll be 1st down for Savage, going the other way. Hawks were moving the ball at first. I like the play call in the start off, though, here. They didn't take a lot of chances. Definitely found some room in the running game. Didn't turn the ball over. And, you know, Savage is going to have to deal with the same difficult situation. You know, the wind, the rain, the weather, it's all terrible out there. Let's keep an eye on Big Angry coming off the corner over there. Thrashers with showing 4 down, 4 guys in the box. CP3 at quarterback with Debo and Ill Will in the backfield with them. They're going to give it to Ill Will. Debo out front blocking. Good tough run there by Will. And this is going to be a fun game to watch. You're going to see a lot of running. You know, these guys really have no choice. You know, like I tried to show you before, if you look at the flag, it's, you know, it's been like this all day. And, you know, right behind our stadium over here, that's just normally a calm little river. I mean, you can you know, paddle board or whatever in there. But, I mean, they got some whitecaps brewing out there, man. It's just been wild all day today. Springtime in New Jersey. You never know what you're going to get. Second down here for Savage. We have Prince calling in now. The originator of this Savage franchise. Prince, you're live right now on the feed. What's happening?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm filming this Savage game. Debo's getting the ball to the right side here. Ooh.
Is it live? Because I can't see it.
Yeah, it's live on YouTube.
YouTube, okay. I was on Facebook, that's why.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube right now.
Okay, I'll check it out.
This is Prince, ladies and gentlemen, the founder of the New Jersey Savage.
Just checking in. You know, this is a new year and a new situation. It's led by Ole and Q with help from other veterans on the team.
So you've been watching. You know, how do you feel about the team so far? What do you think about last week? Last week was a tough game.
It definitely was. I think that they're loaded with talent. It's just them finding a way to put it together.
Today's tough, man. The weather is just, I don't know if you could tell, but the weather here is just nuts.
It's very tough conditions, but that's the game that we love to play, right? Working man's league.
I mean, how many? Look, we've been around this thing for 12 years. I can count, not even on one hand, how many days I've seen like this. It's really that nuts. If you did you pull up the YouTube live feed?
I'm pulling it up now.
Yeah, I mean, it's even the benches on the sidelines are blowing over.
Wow.
You know, like metal benches that players sit on, they're just blowing over.
That's crazy. That's crazy. How many teams are being set back so far with this weather? I know the U took a loss. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of scoring today. I mean, the Vikings, man, they got Juwan Lipscomb. We know everything that guy does on defense. He's, the kid's amazing. But yeah, that was a big loss for the U. I mean, they just came off a big win though out in Pennsylvania against the Immortals. So listen, the schedules are tough this year. Here goes Ill Will up the middle, good for about 6.
Very tough schedules, a lot of good competition. Week two is more so like week 4. People don't realize that with a 7-game season.
Yeah, I mean it's a longer postseason, so there's going to be 3 rounds of the playoffs. We're going to have a wild card round to start off. So 12 teams make the postseason. 8 through 12 will play in a wild card round. Well, 1, 2, 3, and 4 will have a bye week. So the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds will play the winners of the 8 through 12. Sorry, the winners of the 5 through 12.
Wow.
So everyone, it's people. All these good teams they're still going to be alive come postseason. So a lot of teams have some 1-point loss, 2-point loss that normally would, knock them out of the playoffs with our traditional style with the bracket. But, there could be a Gators and Savage rematch.
That would be amazing. And I know you did a preseason ranking.
Well, that was unofficial, but
unofficial preseason ranking. But who do you have in the number 1 slot right now?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, the Chiefs. I mean, I know it was the Thrashers, but they came out and made a statement today. I mean, they tore through the Thrashers in, 30 minutes, basically. Mercy ruled them. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. I mean, look, I thought the Immortals were number 1 coming into this. But, the Immortals team that I saw playing against the U out there, I mean, the U was just, they went out there possessed. I mean, they got blown out last year in the playoffs, 55-12 or whatever it was. So they were going out to PA and they were bringing it. I wasn't so sure they'd come home with the win, but I knew you were going to get their best game. So they, the Immortals got the U's best game. The U came away with the win, but now you have the Vikings are 2-0, and they beat 2 very good opponents. They beat the Bulldogs and they beat the U. So they got to enter the argument for that one spot.
That's definitely good. And I see today that the New Jersey Savage unleashed a New Jersey today.
New Jersey Savage what?
They brought out a New Jersey this.
Oh yeah, they look great. Oh, you found this on YouTube finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look good.
They look good, right? And Hawks look good too, right?
Yeah, it's a good-looking game for Sunday Night Football.
Bobby's still playing, going tough.
Yeah. Big Angry.
They're definitely a local team that has been building themselves over the years, and
they're 1-0.
We're 0-1.
You're gonna call CP3 for leaving early on that one.
Not used to saying that, so I was promised a lot of big things. I know it's tough with this weather. Everybody's been struggling today with this weather.
I like Will at running back a lot. I mean, you guys had such a mixture of running backs for the last couple of years since Palouse, 2013. You really haven't had a steady guy running the ball. The only thing that I got to say with Savage, I don't like that the kid Jamal Harmon just disappears on offense. I know he kind of faded away last year, but out of the gates, man, he just looked incredible playing quarterback.
But this is another, like a snap. I'm going to call this a Snapple fact as far as the Savage is concerned. They've never had back-to-back same starting running backs or same quarterback.
Mm.
So that's a lot to adjust for, and it's a lot of pressure. So when you're living up to the RF1 or the Robbie RM3,
yeah,
when you're living up to that, it's high pressure. So I know CP3 has been not struggling, but just finding his way.
And his way is not, is not the orthodox way, man. CP3 is a guy that wills his way to victory. He's not he's not doing any crazy play calling or audible, and he's ad-libbing, because he can. He's got such great feet. He's fast as he takes us off down the right sideline.
He already he has a beef bowl to his name,
mm-hmm.
And I think that skill set is what you need. He's a 100,000% competitor. He does things a lot of quarterbacks don't do. The way he throws his body out there, he'll block for his running backs.
Yeah,
he'll orchestrate an offense. It's just a different style than maybe what Savage is used to, or a lot of people are used to. But it's just, he's good for that 15-yard run instantly, and he's someone who has to use his attributes. He's the same conflict that you have in the NFL when you have someone with that talent, that they're a runner and a thrower. You just have to make sure that you kind of find it and orchestrate it together.
He can frustrate his offense. That's the thing. If you're playing receiver on a team like this, or you're not running back so much, but probably if you're a receiver on this team, you can start to get frustrated. Because a lot of times, you're going to feel you were open, you're turning around looking for the ball, and you see he's running already, and that gets frustrating. You're working hard, you're running routes, and in your mind you're saying, is this guy just taking off and running? Is he not looking? What's going on? Why am I running these routes? And then, the next play comes, you take a play off, and you don't run the route 100%, and it's just messing with the chemistry. So I think, I haven't seen CP3 run an offense that he's totally confident in. I don't really understand, I don't get his offense just yet. I don't see the system to it. I see this play. I like this quarterback draw, though. I see this a lot. They execute that pretty good.
That's a signature of his. It's definitely a signature play of his. And
yeah.
I think he's still. we still have to remember he's still new to this league
overall.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. It's not a knock on him, by the way. I love CP3. It's not a knock on him at all.
Listen, this is not a knock conversation. I think he's a star, and we haven't seen his full potential yet.
And I think I think his the reason why he is a star is because of his heart, how hard he plays, and I think. That season when they won that championship for BIC, man, I haven't seen him at that level yet again. Not yet. I think someone's got to smack him in the mouth and wake him up, maybe. And I think Savage is I think he's got the teammates, that'll do that for him. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting.
It's definitely anyone who's on that roster right now. I know it's high pressure. They get the high pressure from me, and I'm not even in their face.
I'll tell you, the Hawks are doing a good job of tackling Debo, man. The guy's a load.
They are.
They're coming up and popping him. You're talking about this guy's. Did you see Jay Rolla playing today?
I heard that him and Deli were out there.
Yeah, it's like mythical characters from Back to the Future or something. But Jay Rolla was a factor today.
What position was he
He
playing?
was running the ball. Courage
Wow.
Mosley didn't show up. Jay Rolla showed up, and he was a factor.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
For those that don't know, he's infamous with his viral video, along with all the great things that he's done in this league, but with that weightlifting viral video.
Yeah, he's in shape. You know, he's a little older, but he's in shape.
Always a tough guy. Always a tough guy. Hard to bring down. Leader on the field. So it's a good pickup for them.
Yeah, absolutely. What do we got? Second down now?
Now I know Q's out there. What do you think about? I see 11.
Where is he?
Kenny.
Is he a tight end?
Receiver. No, he's the other receiver.
I don't see another receiver out there. Oh, he's in the lineup in the backfield.
Yes.
I mean, you got a ton of weapons on here, there's no doubt. But what's up with the offensive line? Where's the Miller brothers this week?
I don't know. I just know as a unit, all of them have to. That's a big line. You know, what's that signature offense that you said we ran about 2 years ago?
Critical mass? I don't remember. Oh, look at Q getting the carry now. Wait, is that Q?
It was basically the line them up and screw you offense.
Oh yeah, the FU offense. That's right. Nothing you can do about it. You know where we're going with it? We're going there.
Those bodies to do that.
Yeah, critical mass. That's the name. Little power eye.
Q's a guy that has to touch the ball. I mean, he has to touch the ball close to 10 times a game. If you give him the carry, if he has the weight. He just had an MVP season, last year?
2 years, yeah, 2016.
2 years ago.
I know he was hurt during the fall.
He did a little bit of everything.
I think it's third down here. Yeah, CP3 is just so fast, man. That's the type of stuff he does so well. He knew in his mind he was scoring on that play. There was no doubt in his mind. That's what makes great players great, man. Their confidence. You know, you can have all the attributes, but if you don't believe, then you're just like the next guy.
And Q demanded so much attention on that play.
Oh yeah, everybody went with the fake power. It was I like that. That was a nice design play, no doubt.
Really good play. Really good play. Good execution. What seems to be the consensus with going for one or going for two as a whole this year?
I can't believe how many people go for one. I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. My thing is it's definitely easier to go for two. You know, you have more real estate. I mean, look, are you going to run the ball right here? I don't think so. You know, now you're passing. But, look, all your receivers ran out of real estate. You know, you only have 15 yards to run a route. What are you going to run? How many 15-yard routes are there? But now, okay, but let me take that back. There's plenty of 15-yard routes, but the defender knows you can only run about 6-7 yards. You know, you're not running a fade, you're not running a post. Whatever you're running is probably going to be a 7 to 8 yard route if you're going from the 5-yard line. You go from the 10-yard line, you can run a post, you can run a fade, you can pretty much run anything, and it's worth 2 points. So
it's definitely a critical part of the game.
You know, and if you don't get it, you might get it the next time. So it's just like going for one. I don't get it at all. I don't get it at all. You know, we introduced the 2-point conversion I think in 2013, which was pretty much the last year that I played competitively, and you know, I never went for one. It didn't make any sense. Made no sense to me.
Well, I did receive this text that you were coming back this season.
Nah, maybe when I turn 40. I think for my 40th, we got to find somebody to, you know, man the camera and do all these other things, and I got to spend a year in the weight room with a bunch of personal trainers, physical therapy, and get doctor's clearance before any of that happens. But you know what? I don't think I miss it right now for the first time. I don't think I'm missing the game.
Well, when you look at this weather, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? That's exactly right. Because you know what? When the summertime comes around, there's just the smell of football. It really does have like a smell to it. I can't explain it. Even when guys were coming in here shaking my hand, there's just like, I don't know if it's like that dirty shoulder pad smell or what, but you know, like some people like the way flowers smell or like a steak. I love the way football smells, man.
Wow.
It's just something about it.
And when you have the bright sun you'll have a full crowd for
Yeah.
those big games.
Yeah, this weather today is I don't know. If I at this age, if my team was out here, I'd say, yeah, see you guys next week. You know,
You have to give a lot of credit to all the guys that are out there now.
You know, and the guys that drove up here from all the way from Baltimore today to play. You know, you spent 3.5 hours on the road, and then you got to come out and stretch in this. Just think about that. You come out and you stretch. While you're stretching, you're getting soaked, you know, to your underwear, to like your socks. You're walking around, and it's like your shoes are making the sounds of someone chewing bubble gum. You know, it's like, it's just, you know, it's the worst. But hey, you come away with a win, and all that stuff goes away. It was all worth it.
It's worth it. Definitely worth it. You have any information on the DC team? I know they're struggling a little bit, but it's always good to have a new team added.
Not so much yet. They're a brand new team. They're starting from scratch. You know, there really was no Town B for A7FL in their area yet, so they're really starting from scratch, which I anticipated to be very difficult. But you know, to my surprise, they pulled off a small roster. You know, they do have a small roster right now, and I watched them last week. And I saw a little bit of their film. They went out and played the Red Hawks in Baltimore. And they had that look in their eyes, man, like deer in headlights. But you could tell they were enjoying themselves, which was the thing I was mostly concerned about. You know, I wanted to see, hey, these guys having a good time out there, or are they getting demoralized and we're never going to see them again? And they were in awe. It was like real to them. I'm out here now. I'm playing this game that I've been watching on YouTube, and I'm having a great time. So I think that, that's going to snowball a little bit for them. They hosted the Cobras today. The Cobras are a tough team. They came off a loss out here in Jersey last week against BIC. I'm curious to know the results, but I'd be shocked.
The last update I got, it was like it was 19-0, and then we kind of got into the 52-6 area.
Oh wow! For this week?
For this week.
Wow. Yeah. Well, their coach is a younger guy. Not too much younger. He's younger, maybe around your age, but he's an ex-NFL player. And I said to him the first time I talked to him, I said, look, it's great you're coming in here to run the team and everything, but eventually, you're going to get that smell of football, and you're going to want to go in the car and put your cleats on.
The guys look cold out there, but what about this defense, man? The greatest defensive player to ever play this game is who? There's Top
two.
Five has to be number 9 out there.
The two that come to my mind. Sorry, I just kicked the camera there. The two that came to my mind, definitely Olay and ST, man. Just not in recent time, but in his heyday, the things that he did on defense were ridiculous.
Absolutely. I remember playing games against him. He would instantly be a turnover machine. Whether plucking the ball away or intercepting the ball.
Those two guys could single-handedly change games. Hands down. I can't really, it's Olay, it's ST, and then the space is starts to get pretty far. Yeah. And this is a rookie quarterback out of Freehold, New Jersey. I know, I always forget his name. Crooms, that's what it is. Who's he's traditional style quarterback. He played in the high school system, and now he's trying to start to adapt to this 7-on-7. And I think in the next coming weeks, we're going to start to see some special things out of this kid. But back to the top defensive players, I think ST, Olay, and then you got a Gap. And then you got, you got Little Beast. You got Dobie.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure there's a bunch of guys that we could think of. Speaking of guys on defense, RC was messaging me the other day telling me I don't show him any love.
And that's what I was going to get into. He's no slouch himself. He had about one season where he had some personal things going on that kept him away from the game. But I don't want to the things that he's doing out there.
Yeah,
he's an emotional leader. He's always around the ball.
Absolutely. I'll tell you another guy.
He is a former defensive player of the year.
Yeah, no, RC. I know he took a year off. We'll see how he does this year. Another guy that pops out in my mind is Brito from the Chiefs.
You're naming a whole bunch of people that people have no idea who we're talking about.
That's all right. One day we'll have to get into all this.
Know your history.
Backwoods, know your history stuff. But I seen look. I remember playing, and we could fill you in on some history. We played a game out in Westside Park think it was a Sunday night. I'm sorry, not it was right by Westside Park. It was Nat Turner Field, and it was Chief Savage, and I think Brito had 7 sacks in that game. And I
counted
think
5.
Huh?
I counted 5.
At least 5. It was at least 5. And then I think
I'm not gonna
Olay.
give him credit for 7, but it was a high number.
Olay makes. I'm sorry, not Olay. Q makes one of the craziest catches of his whole career. I think was it to go into overtime or to win the game? One or the other.
We lost that game, but it was one of the he had dislocated or broken his collarbone that game.
He made some insane catch. I remember. He made some insane.
It was
catch.
a one-handed catch because the other arm wasn't working.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a wild night.
And speaking of the Bell brothers, I mean, they've been in this league for how long now?
It's I think since 2010, right?
Yeah.
2010 state games.
Yep.
It's the first time that I've seen them.
Yep.
They were young, man. They might have been 18.
Yes.
So yeah, they've been at it for a while, man.
And Moon is still playing.
Yeah, I think the weather. You know what? Look, Moon's in shape, no doubt about it. But you know, there's certain things you can't escape when you get old. One of them is your recovery. That's playing in my later years. I think one of the things I really had a hard time dealing with was recovery. It wasn't how you felt when you were out there. You know, your adrenaline's pumping. You could play with the young guys, but you get up Monday morning, man. You're in the world of hurt. And then the next thing is the weather. And cold weather, wet weather like this is just, Moon probably struggled with it today. He really couldn't get away with, what he normally gets away with. But I think that also has to do with, a great defense. I really like the Vikings. I think they're a special team, man. I think they definitely deserve to be talked about, for the 1-2. I don't even think I'd put them at 3. I think 1 or 2 is sufficient. Hey, we're May 6th. We're in Baltimore. I think Savage is coming down there. We're going to see you down there?
Yep, I will be there. I will be there with the troops. You said the 6th? I wish it was the 5th.
I think it's May 6th, right? Because May 5th is Cinco de Mayo on the 5th. Yeah, maybe we'll go down there, get down there a night early or whatever. Do some kind of podcast or something, I probably got work, but that would definitely be cool.
I'll be there the 4th or the 5th.
Yeah, it should be. I think we got Savage going down there. I think the U is going down there. I think the Chiefs are going down, and I think Spanktown. I think we got 4 New Jersey teams going to Baltimore to play. It's going to be a sick day of football.
Is that at the Under Armour field?
Under Armour sponsors a lot of fields down there. That's one of them, yeah. But it's called Dunbar High School is where we'll be playing at.
Really nice field. I'm pretty sure we've been in.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is.
That's gonna be good.
But all right, man. Let me get back to the filming here, so I could free up my other hand. But if you see anything, give me shoot me a text or comment on the live feed. I could see the chat log.
Definitely, it was a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man. Awesome. I'll talk to you.
Talk to you soon.
Later. That was Prince calling in, longtime vet of the league, guy that actually originated this New Jersey Savage team. Nice cutback. Hawks really playing some great defense out there, though. First down, Savage on the move. CP3 in the backfield. They're going to try to throw the ball here. Puts up a foul shot. Debo's out in open field. Nobody wants to see this. I mean, seriously, you really got to ask yourself, what's your life insurance policy look like before you even consider getting in front of this man? Wow. Once he gets going, man, there's just, there's really nothing you're going to do about it. Savage now take the lead 12-zip over to Hawks. Sunday Night Football here brought to you by the A7FL. Make sure you subscribe to our channel as we're constantly updating our YouTube page with highlights, players of the week, and of course live broadcast brought to you by Athlete Intelligence and also Second Skull. Savage will go for one here. Failed on the last attempt. CP3 shotgun set. Back to pass. Good ball. Even better catch. Did he come down with it? Wow, that's worth a replay. Awesome hook up there for CP3 and even a better catch. Let's take a look at that one again. CP3 shotgun set. Back to pass. What a grab. Returnable. Great tackle. These special teams are so important. The 3-on-1 that we run here in the A7FL is different from anything that you'll see. It's really a great way to have special teams. It eliminates any possibility for crack back blocking. And when we first came out with it, there was a lot of returns. We saw, guys streaking down the sideline, making three guys miss. If you're one of those three guys that's on that throwing team, you have to be a disciplined football player. You can't just come streaking down, hey, it's a 3-on-1, I'm going to get the kill shot. You got to break down, trap the guy, and gang tackle him. Or it's going to be 6. Let's see if the Hawks can answer here. They don't want to get down too much, too fast. Second quarter's winding down here. Let's see what Jalen Crooms could do here. Quarterback, he's rolling to the bottom of your screen. He's a lefty. Not a bad ball. All things considered, as he tries to hook up with Keith Morrison there, number 24. I don't even know how these guys are releasing the ball. I mean, can somebody please get us some nice weather next week? It's not asking for too much. I mean, we're coming up in the middle of April, for crying out loud. It's not supposed to be like this. The taxes in New Jersey are too high for weather like this. We have to look out to go into San Diego or something. Here we go. Hawks back on offense. Crooms in the shotgun. Money Mitch at the lone back. Looks like he's just going to keep it himself. Skates out of bounds for a couple. Keeps the drive alive here for the Hawks. I like how this quarterback operates. Like I said, his best days are still ahead of him. He's a rookie. He's in and out of the huddle. He takes a knee. He's got command over his players. He's calling the plays quickly. He's up against one of the best defenses in the league. I mean, the Gators did beat them last week, but Ace Boogie's one of the best in the business, and he struggled with this Savage defense. Now you got Crooms out here in this crazy weather. Good piece of... Ooh, big hit. And that's going to be a flag. That's going to be a flag. You cannot just throw your shoulder into somebody's face like that. You have to attempt to wrap up. Let's take a look at that one again. Did beat them last week, but Ace Boogie's one of the best in the business, and he struggled with this Savage defense. Now you got Crooms out here in this crazy weather. Thank God he was wearing one of our second skull headbands. Hopefully that, I'm sure that absorbs some of the impact as he's right back out there again, actually. That's going to give the Hawks an extra 15 yards. Crooms in the shotgun. Twins on the top of your screen. He's looking to his right. Delivers a nice ball to Morrison. Can't hold on. I mean, not only is the ball wet, but it's probably coming in like a knuckleball with these winds. This whole press box is shaking right now. Second down for the Hawks. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Second down here for the Hawks. Crooms in the shotgun again. Tight slot formation. Better watch his backside. Oh, he still got the ball. That was dangerous. That's a good way to put yourself out for 6 weeks. Somebody better talk to that kid. Throwing late and down the middle is never a good idea, as Bobby Newman's probably telling him now. And jumping in midair when savage defensive ends are, you know, about to kill you, it's probably not a good idea either. Sunday Night Football, A7FL, brought to you by Athlete Intelligence and Second Skull. Make sure you subscribe. We put a lot of highlights on this channel. We broadcast a lot of great football games. We'll be coming to you live all season. Crooms back to pass. Looks like we're going to have a holding on this play. He's got a lot of speed. He's coming down the sideline. Put out of bounds by number 32. I believe that's Justo. Nice piece of running, but I think this one's coming back on a hold. Here goes the draw, up the middle of Dro. Big Angry trying to push that pile, but Arcee's clogging it up. Hawks still alive in this game. Got any first-time watchers out there? Or you guys I see on this in this chat, are you guys regulars or what? It's the first time you're seeing the A7FL? Crooms back to pass. He's going to let it rip. It is just, there's just no passing game possible. Imagine having to throw a ball and plan for it like it's a golf ball. You know, like you probably have to throw it 15 yards to the right. It's just, the wind is just nuts. I don't even know how these guys are even thinking about throwing a ball in this. And that'll be the half. Oh, we do got a first-time watcher. Well, that's cool. We always welcome the guys back, and you know, you guys are seeing this for the first time. This is some pretty poor conditions, as you can see. Next week, hopefully, it'll be a little nicer. To make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we got a lot of good videos on here. You could, learn a lot about the league and some of the players, some of the history. Just been doing this since 2006, so 13 years. Just recently under A7FL as of 2015, formerly referred to as Town Beef. Third quarter underway. How'd you find us, Eric Hernandez? Just curious. Did we just pop up on your news feed last year, or you heard about us somewhere? If you get 3 years watching, cool, man. I'd be happy to keep you here for 3 years. Check out our schedule, too. If you go on A7FL.com, there's our whole schedule. You can see the teams that are playing this year. We have 18 teams. 12 teams will make the postseason. We'll have a wild card round to start off. So the bottom 4 teams will play in the wild card round, while the top 8 have a bye. And as we move into the next round, we'll go to 8, go to 4, and then eventually the championship, which I believe is July 8th this year. We'd love to have that game in Las Vegas, but we'll probably be right here in Asbury. Hawks getting ready to throw off here. Again, if you're not familiar with our special teams, we don't do the traditional 11-on-11 or 7-on-7. We do a 3-against-1. We eliminate any blocking, period. And these defenders, they got to break down. There's no kill shots lined up here. I mean, the ball is just dying. Look at this. Also on our throw-offs, the returner can concede. He doesn't have to field the ball. There's no onside kicks. On a situation like that, it's probably exactly what he did is probably the best thing. Of course, he can call for a fair catch as well. If you have a team in Indiana, I mean, we have players and teams and coaches hitting us up all week long. Let me tell you, it's there's no shortage of guys that still want to play football. I mean, that's where this came from. I mean, hold on, just look at the gusts. Can you guys see this? I don't even know if you can see this. The weather has just gone from terrible to I don't even know what's a worse word than terrible, but it's bad out there. Anyway, yeah, I know there's a lot of guys out there. They got players, they got teams. Just go on a7fl.com, register as a player. That'll put you in our database. We're not going to spam you and send out messages. Honestly, we really don't send out that many newsletters or anything like that. But once the next season comes around and we're in that area, or what we're thinking about doing is a kind of like a showcase tour. We want to go to maybe 4 to 6 cities, maybe late summer, early fall, and have some showcase games. We'd like to meet some of you guys. Look, we know what it takes to get to the – well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say we know what it takes to get to the NFL, but we understand that there's a crazy support system that needs to be in place for you to get to the next level of playing football. And if you missed it and you're not currently out there playing and you're off the football market, I mean, you're dead in the water. That's where A7FL comes in. You can get out here. You can showcase some of your talents. There's a lot of people watching. And, you stay in football shape, most importantly. We have a couple guys now playing in the Canadian Football League. We've had guys make it as far as, training camp for the New York Giants. Not saying everybody can do things like that. But if you're an inspiring athlete and, you missed your shot maybe in college or high school, there's not only one Michael Vick out there. There's not only one, Tom Brady out there. There's just probably maybe 4 Tom Bradys. But maybe one guy had a kid in high school or he had to get a job to support his family. Who knows? But without that support system, it's very difficult to get to the next level. So if you're a young football player and you still want to stay on the market, this is the place to be. A7FL. CP3. It looked like that was early. Let's see if he draws a flag. The ref says no. I still don't even understand how these guys are throwing the ball. Yeah, you guys can go onto the website. I'm sorry, I'm filming and I'm reading the comments at the same time. Yeah, go onto the website, put the information in there for team registration, and we'll definitely stay in touch with you. tell us a little bit about you guys. I don't know if you're currently playing. The other thing I always say to guys, set up a scrimmage. It's just 7-on-7. It's not that hard. Set up a scrimmage. I think we got the player zone that's on the website. It shows you where most of the player interest is coming from. We have Facebook groups that are set up for players in certain areas. So just get out there and start playing. Look at our rule book. It'll kind of explain it to you. And play smart. You don't have any pads on. This is a dangerous game. Make no mistake about it. But what we've seen so far, it is safer to play without the pads. CP3 coming up the right sideline. Now, for the most part, the tackles are pretty clean. You'll see guys obviously steer their head and face away from contact. If you go low, you have to wrap up. You're not allowed to just throw a blind elbow or head or helmet into somebody's kneecap. I feel that's malicious. You have to realize, man, every time you throw your elbow into somebody's kneecap, it could be career-ending injury, even for a regular job. We never like to see that. So you got to wrap up. That's the rule. Savage on the march here, already up 13-0 in the third quarter. CP3 needs these snaps, man. He won a championship with BIC 2 years ago. He was on BIC last year. He started off the season really well. BIC made a quarterback change for whatever reason. And, he's now with a new team. He's slow to get up on this one. I mean, the guy weighs, he's under 150 pounds. And he's out there, running in and out of the tackle box like he's a, 240-pound fullback. Kid's just got tremendous heart. He's a tremendous competitor. These are the things I don't like to see. It looks like there's a lot of talking going on in that Savage huddle. As the wind just keeps on coming. CP3 in a hurry to the line, but they weren't set. And the ref's going to blow it dead. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Yeah, guys, D. Brown is Prince. He's the founder of Savage. He's the guy that we just had on the phone earlier, talking about some things with the league. And he's definitely a great guy to get in contact with. If you're serious and you're in his area, he could definitely make some things happen. Savage on the march here. Let's look at Big Angry coming in that nose guard position. CP3 making everybody miss. Looked like number 5 just tore a piece of his head off. And CP3 just leaves a piece of his head over there on the field. I don't know what that is. The guy has like 4 hats on. I don't even want to drive home in this, man. These guys are out here playing in this. Yeah, this is what it really looks like. Just to give you an idea. I'm going to give it to Debo. Don't let him get a full head of steam. Lucky they tripped him up early. Once he gets going, man, he's pretty impossible to stop. Savage got a lot of weapons. You're not going to see them here tonight. I don't think they're going to take too many chances down the field, but Q-Bell's one of the best receivers in the league. He's been doing it since 2010, as we talked about before. I always said he's like the Hines Ward of the league. He's an amazing blocker. He's got sure hands, catches everything. Not the flashiest receiver, but real physical. That's why he reminds me of Hines Ward so much. CP's going to keep it himself. Now someone gets a piece of his jersey. Bobby Newman's chasing him down. CP3 is going to run out of bounds. Should be good enough for a first. The big guy running the ball, man. I'm telling you, they call him the ice cream truck. You do not want parts of that. You definitely don't. I mean, down here in the goal line, I think they should be giving him 4 to 5 touches. They're going to toss it to the ice cream truck. I'll tell you, the Hawks are doing a pretty decent job wrapping him up. That's Dro, who's also running back on the tackle. CP3 getting out in front, trying to spring a block for Debo. Time winding down here in the third quarter, and the weather just is still. Savage taking their time in the huddle on this one. Q Bell split on the bottom of your screen. Let's see if they're going to go his way. I doubt it, but CP's going to keep it himself. Look how this man runs like he's a 250-pound fullback. I might have paid the price on this one, though. Took a hit low. Legal, but low. Let's hope he's all right. It's unusual CP3 to go down. I mean, the kid's tough as nails. I've seen him get destroyed. I'm sure a lot of you have too. The infamous hit that he took in the Final Four game against the U, where JJ just destroyed him on the sideline. The guy manages to not only get up. I mean, I wouldn't even got up from that hit. Not only does he get up, he gets back in the game, brings his team to a crazy victory, and then goes on to win a championship in 2016. Not really sure. Let's take a look at the replay. I'm not really sure. Q Bell split on the bottom of your screen. Let's see if they're going to go his way. I doubt it, but CP's going to keep it himself. Looks like he took a head right where the sun don't shine, man. I hope he was wearing a cup. Looks like he's holding his knee. Hopefully it's just a cramp or something. Nothing serious, man. I really like CP3, man. He's one of my favorite competitors in the league. As he gets carted off the field here by both Hawks and Savage. You know, there's come out here, these guys, you know, they're smacking each other, you know, whistle to whistle, but there's a lot of love out there, man. These, you know, nobody's getting paid. These guys are out there for the love of the game, and it's a fraternity, you know. Everyone's got the same love. That's what's so great about football, man. It's a culture in itself. Black, white, yellow, it doesn't matter what color you are. It's you know, it's one of the most special things about this game. It's a brotherhood, and we all share this same love. We all share this connection, and you know, we're happy that you guys are getting to experience it with us live. You know, back in the day, we never were live or had fancy HD cameras. You know, we grew up playing in the sandlot, so to say. I think this is probably going to be Jamal Harmon checking in at quarterback, as they're going to give it to Debo, who's going to waltz into the end zone. I don't know what kind of a pirouette end zone dance that was, but hey, don't tell him I said so. Savage now increasing their lead to 19. Savage will attempt to go for one here. They're going to go play action. Harmon's going to keep it himself. I'm pretty sure that's Jamal Harmon, but if it's not, I do apologize. The only other person on that roster I think that would come in and play quarterback would be Q Bell, and that's definitely not Q, so... He's going to throw a ground ball that's returnable. I'm not sure if this is... Oh, my Lord. Pays the price for that. Brown gets the wallop on that one. You really, you know, you got to be smart on special teams, whether it's 3-on-1, 11-on-11, you know, whatever it is. You can't be out there playing twiddly dinks with the football, you know. Someone's going to crack you. First down for the Hawks, who's, you know, they've been struggling like every other team today in this monsoon. Down by 20 now. Let's see if they attempt to throw the ball. I mean, I still don't think you can. Let's see if this rookie quarterback can prove me different. Crooms is in all kinds of trouble. Here comes Arcee's after him. Everybody's after him. Olay's going to finish him off. It's definitely a little bit of an adjustment, you know, coming from 11s to 7s. But, you know, like I keep saying, I definitely think in some decent weather, Crooms is going to figure it out and win some games for this Hawks team down the stretch. So looks like we have another injury on the field. And that's Bobby Newman shaking up. This cold, wet weather, man, just a killer on your body. It really is. Bobby's a tough guy. I'm sure he'll be back. Big angry at tight. Crooms back to pass. Got pressure in his face, but he escapes. Still looking downfield. More pressure coming. Big hit there by Kwak. Empty backfield here for Crooms. I don't even know how you can get the ball downfield. Incomplete. And the wind just keeps coming. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Having some difficulty focusing here. Empty backfield here for Crooms. Twins on the top of the screen. He's going to throw a quick hitch. Morrison comes down with this one. Still on his feet. Pretty close to a first down before he's brought down by Arce. Nice pickup there for the Hawks. Start the fourth quarter. I don't even know how these guys could see out there, actually. Big Angry's loving it. Who's doing all these guys' laundry is what I want to know. They're going to go home stinking. Bobby Newman's back out there. Savage take over on downs. Looks like CP3 is going to remain out of the game, probably for the rest of the game. Harmon takes over. Got the wind at their back and then some. And they're going to go with a toss. Fixes his hood before it gets wrapped up for a big loss. This is, you know, these are the types of things that concern me about Savage. This is what leads me to believe they just don't have much of a offensive game plan. I mean, you come in here with your backup quarterback, you should just be able to execute some real, you know, simple plays. This game's well in hand. You're up 20-0. I don't even know what I just saw with that. I don't even know what I just saw. Simple, simple, simple. There's no reason to try to dap off your receivers and get them a reception. Yeah. Big Angry running down Harmon. Harmon's going to pick him up. I wouldn't do that. Is this football weather? I'm not sure. There's some messages coming here on the live feed. Melissa Zucarius. Sorry, I can't say your name. She just wants to know if Ice Cream Truck says, "Will you marry me?" You have to DM him for that info. 12 minutes left here. Sunday Night Football, A7FL, brought to you by Athlete Intelligence and Second Skull. Sort of last of 5 games today that we had out here in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Make sure you go onto our website, a7fl.com. Full schedule, game results and scores, rosters, highlights, information on the rules about our game, and most importantly, information for players and teams that are looking to join with us next year and expand this land. expand this league, not land. Sorry, it's been a long day. And it is actually my birthday today, but I decided to come out here and spend it with you guys because I'm part of this fraternity as well. And I love being out here. I used to be playing, and now it's just behind the camera and trying to bring you the action and explain some of the different things about this game that we've all come to love. A7FL. And the Hawks, looks like they picked up a fumble on this one. Shuffling guys in and out of the huddle. I don't know if that was designed QB draw or not, but Crooms escapes. He's still on his feet. Nice pickup there by Jalen Crooms. Not going to have a lot of highlights to publish for this week, man. Batted down at the line of scrimmage by Ole. One of the best defensive players we just talked about. Me and Prince. He's number 1 or number 2. But that's some elite company, man. Hey, we got to mention the, Juwan Lipscomb out of Baltimore. He hasn't been here as long as, the guys that we're saying are 1 and 2, but in due time, he's going to catch up. Pass over the middle. Receiver cannot hold on. Even the football can't stand still. It's just blowing all over the place. Look at that. Man, how good does a hot shower sound right now? Or hot tub. Crooms going to keep it. Bobby Newman out in front blocking. Blocks 2 guys. Lets Crooms stays on his feet. Still on his feet. Just when I was saying I didn't think we'd have any highlights. Nifty piece of running there by Crooms, who's rocking one of our second skull caps. If the Hawks lose here, they'll be at 1 and 1. It's not the end of the world. Savage will improve to 1 and 1. Not the end of the world. Timeout. Stop the clock. Hawks will call a timeout here. No problem. No problem, Demarius Sanchez. My pleasure to bring it to you live, man. You got no other football to watch tonight, right? The A7FL. Just wish we had some better weather conditions. This game's being played at Asbury Park, Francisco Escobar, you know that. Feed the ice cream truck. Absolutely. Oh. Now there's an incidental headshot. Okay, 2 guys diving for the ball on a fumble situation. These are the type of shots that a second skull can protect you from. Not saying it could eliminate an injury, but take a look at this. Absolutely. Okay, incidental head contact. It's it doesn't happen often in a situation like that. If whether you're playing flag football or whatever, 2 guys diving in the same location for the ball, it definitely could happen. And that's why it's great to have that padding on your head. It's not so much padding that you feel comfortable to lower your head, by the way. And that's the one thing we were very careful about before we selected any type of headgear for these guys to wear. You know, we don't want the rugby hats. We obviously don't want the hard plastic hats. But we need something for some incidental contact, something that's going to stop an abrasion. And I believe that's Will on the carry. Maybe it's not. Can't really tell. Chased down by Big Angry and Bobby Newman. 6:32 remaining in the fourth quarter. Savage on top, still 20-0. What's up, Angel? Glad to see you're watching, man. A lot of blockers out in front here. Still on his feet. There's no one's catching him. This should seal the deal right here. All of our teams are on Facebook. They're on Instagram. You know, don't just be a fan of the league. If you see, you know, if you're starting to follow these guys, Savage or the Hawks, you know, look them up. Look them up on Facebook. A7FL Savage, A7FL Hawks. If you go on to A7FL.com, you can learn about all our teams, and they all have Facebook pages, and they love to interact with fans. Savage increases their lead now to 26. I know, man. We haven't seen yet any games in a while. We're going to be at Roselle next week, I think. So I know you want that Best Dressed award, right? You're right. He's wrong. No, I mean, do what he's saying, but I'm just telling you. Yeah, I know. I'm sure he's probably suffering out there bad. No, I know. Incomplete. I don't even want to walk to my car in this. And these guys are out here playing. Savage getting set to throw off here. The clock is running. The wind's at their back right now. They should be able to throw way out of the back of the end zone, but they're going to go for the little ground ball again. Bobby Newman is going to field it. Good job by Savage. This is what I'm talking about in the 3-on-1. You know, if you come down here and you try to make the big hit, you're going to miss, and somebody's going to make you pay for it. So these guys got to break down. You know, maybe the first one grabs a jersey, the second one wraps up, third one kind of just spies to make sure he doesn't get loose. It's smart football. You know what? You play 11 on 11, and you have 22 guys out on the field just running at each other with a full head of steam with this invincible armor on. It's not really invincible, by the way, but it just took you know, years for them to figure it out. It just doesn't make any sense. So now the NFL, they want to talk about doing away with special teams. But why? Special teams are, you know, some of the most fun parts of football. I guarantee you, in some form, shape, or way, you're going to see, you know, football is going to adapt, and they're going to, I don't want to say they're going to steal our format of special teams, but in my opinion, this is the best way for special teams. You can't just not have them. What are you going to do, just start at the 20? Not much doing on the run there for Drought. Had a couple big runs last week to help the Hawks beat the Thrashers. .240 remaining. I don't know why anybody likes bad weather games. I mean, hey, to each his own. It definitely adds to the drama, but it just kills the gameplay. I mean, ooh, good piece of running there by Crooms, but Savage's defense is too disciplined for that. They're actually being nice to the rookie. Usually they tear somebody's head off. Look at that holding. Hopefully the refs saw that one. I even saw it. Looks like they did. K-Wax giving him a hard time. Give it to Drought up the middle. Bottled up immediately. Just under a minute remaining here. This game's just about over. Go onto the website, A7FL.com. Check out the schedule for next week. We'll be bringing you more live games. No shame in this loss for the Hawks, man. They came out here and they played tough. Came off a nice win last week. Both teams improved to 1-1. And that'll do it for the A7FL. Thanks to all our fans for watching. See you next week. Peace.